Episode 5 of 1923, titled Ghost of Zabrina, starts off with Kara going to the post office, Helen Mirren's character, because she's waiting for that telegram from Spencer. She keeps going there and she wants to see if he replied. But at the post office, they tell her that nothing has come in through the cable. Cable is, the whole telegram system back in the 1920s. Now, we do get a narration by Elsa Dutton, who kind of says in a way that how tough life has become because they're waiting for Spencer. I mean, you can tell that tensions are high, and after what Banner did in the previous few episodes to the Dutton family. Now, Jack and Elizabeth are recovered from their respective wounds, and we see that, and Jack is on edge. But Elizabeth comes to him and says, your heart is filled with hate, but mine isn't, and I forgave the person who did it because I need you in my life right now. And then Elizabeth's like, I need you to take me back home, whatever. Jack runs out to her and says, hey, let's get married here and there. They do all that in a, non-ceremonious way. It's really, really fun. Now, Emma Dutton is still grieving, and in a way, Kara comes in to check on her, and Kara leaves, and then there's a gunshot. Emma does take her own life, and so Jack Dutton loses a mother. So he loses his mother and father in the span of 2 episodes. And Jack Dutton, I feel like, is the matriarch now going forward, but they need Spencer to do certain things for them. Now, Elsa Dutton, while she's narrating, kind of points out that the numbers are dwindling for the Duttons, and it's crunch time, and they have to figure out something. For her brother Spencer, Elsa ominously suggests, in a way, this will kind of be his final journey. Spencer is introduced to a kind of sick captain named Luca, played by Peter Stormare. It was great to see him in this, and he plays a really straightforward character. It's really interesting to see his kind of outfit he's wearing, because it's all jeans, and I'm pretty sure that kind of wasn't the thing back in the day if you were a tugboat person or captain, but I could be wrong. So their journey begins, and in a way, Spencer kind of says the vacation is over. Alex is like, well, the journey or the adventure is just beginning. This is great because then we see certain ways of how everything's going. Not only that, Tanoa Rainwater, who killed Sister Mary by getting her vengeance on her, has escaped the boarding school, or the Indian school. Now, the next morning, the nuns find out, and the head priest kind of beats up Tanoa's sister. Tanoa's on the run and everything, but she's stranded, and she is at the rock cliffs. This wolf comes, she goes up on a higher perch, and then in the morning, she finds one of her own people, Hank. And, they tell her what happened, and Hank's like, come with me, and for what you did, they deserved it, because if they beat you up, they deserve to be killed. So it's really interesting to see how that's going to work out in a way, and just to see Tanoa finally escape and what's going to happen now with her character. We finally get the whole aspect of her saying her full name is Tanoa Rainwater, so it's really, really good. Now, the plot between Banner and Whitfield is interesting because Banner is given a new kind of home. Whitfield kind of wants to figure out how to take Yellowstone away, because all of a sudden now he takes over the Stratford Ranch, which is Elizabeth, or Jack's fiance's former place. Now, another great thing is that Jacob Dutton, Harrison Ford, is starting to come along, coming through his injuries. He needs to sit out in the sunlight, have light food, but then we see him that he's not a quitter. He drops his cane and he does exercises or goes up and down on the steps of the house. And then Kara sees this, and I'm thinking she's going to stop him, but she does not stop him at all. And it's really, really good to see. It's interesting that everything culminated in that, because then it's like, okay, what's going to happen? Jacob is wounded. Jack can't really be that leader that they want because Spencer is the one, and I'm curious to see if Spencer makes it and what's going to happen to Banner. Now, the final moments of the episode, we see that the ship, or the tugboat that Spencer and Alex are on, is just stopped. So it's like, okay, what's happening? He goes up, we find that Luca is dead because he was already sick, and the ghost ship is coming. And Spencer, for some reason, floors it in forward gear, crashes, tips over, holy shit, what's going to happen? And all the time while that's happening, with a little quick edit, we see Kara get the cable that she wanted, and where Spencer kind of says that I'm coming home, and you see a smile on her face. And the end of the episode is the tugboat capsized. So it's a fantastic episode. I mean, great to see 1923 back because of a small little hiatus between episode 4 and 5. But listen, the not only that, Elizabeth is pregnant. So she's pregnant with John Dutton's father, or Kevin Costner's character's father, because Jack Dutton is his grandfather. It's very hard to follow the family tree of the Duttons, but they get it right. It's really, really interesting. I love how Elsa Dutton is still narrating this so many years later, even though she died in 1883. And just to see the continuity aspect is good. Taylor Sheridan wrote a phenomenal episode, and it's great to see how everything's progressing over time and what's going to happen now with Banner, Whitfield, Jacob, Spencer, Alex, Kara. Like, everything is set in motion, and it's going to be fun to see. I mean, this was renewed for a second season, so it's going to be, the flow of it's going to be really, really good. And it could leave it open-ended, or we could just, go right into it. What's going to happen? Will we get more interesting things happening? This is just the start of something very, very fun. And I like everything about this show. It's a good Western. It's a Western we need right now, because there are not many good Western movies, or TV shows for that matter. But this is really putting it on the map, and Taylor Sheridan is writing a phenomenal show. He's written almost every single episode so far, and it shows. I can't stress enough how great this show is. All-star cast, great. Storytelling is great. Even the love story is great with everything going on. It's phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, check it out, because it's quick, it's simple, and this was the longest episode at 70 minutes. So I'm curious to see how long the later episodes are of this first season, and it's going to get better from here. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 5 of 1923, titled Ghost of Sabrina. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think is going to happen with the stories with Spencer, Alex, Kara, and Jacob? What do you think Kara is going to do with Whitfield? Do you think Whitfield has something up his sleeve? And how do you see certain aspects of characters meeting their demise? Do you think Banner and Whitfield will continue on into season 2, or will they meet their fate at the end of this first season by Spencer or someone else? And do you think Jack will show his range? And what else do you think is going to happen in this first season? Phenomenal, phenomenal show. Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week for my episode 6 review of 1923.